Hi, everybody. We're back, and we are live. I'm Bob Marrone, along with Mike Blakey for Westchester Talk Radio, and we are at the Best of Westchester party at the Glen Island Harbor Club. We've done this for many years. This event has taken place for many years. We are part of Westchester Talk Radio, and this broadcast is produced by Sharc Creative and made possible by White Plains Hospital, Robeson Oil, Tompkins Mahopac Bank, Lipolis Electric, Michael Labriola Inc., and Hightower Westchester. Now, our next guest is special, and he's special because of the organization that he runs, the people that he travels with, and the work that they do. His name is Brian Harrington, and he's the Senior Vice President of Advancement for the Seton Children's. It doesn't say home or anything like that. Remember it, because if we ask you to help them, you're helping Seton Children's, and they are the nonprofit representative here tonight. And we saw one of their children before, and it captured my heart, and I can't wait to hear about what they do. Brian Harrington, good evening.
Good evening, Bob. Good evening, Mike. Thank you very much for having me on this evening to chat a little bit about Seton Children's. We're excited to be here. We're really grateful for Westchester Magazine for choosing us as their charity partner this year and next. We're honored, we're humbled, and we're just really appreciative.
Well, I have to tell you, they're choosy. So you obviously, and I saw one of the young people here before, you do wonderful work, I've heard. Tell us about it. Tell us where you're based, and tell us what the goals of your organization are.
Sure, Bob. I'm happy to do that. So Seton Children's actually encompasses 3 different organizations. We have 2 different locations.
Go ahead.
One in Yonkers, which I'll call maybe our flagship, and it's a 169 facility. It's for medically complex children. It's a residential facility. It's the largest in the country. Our children live with us, and they
do live with you.
They do live with us, and they receive all kind of medical services, therapeutic. We also have a school within the facility where they go to school every day, and kids come to us from birth, and they stay through us through 21. And our other campus, we have another location in White Plains that is a campus of Seton Children's School, but also Seton Children's Rehabilitation Center. And that school is a pre-K school to help mainstream kids that have a little difficulty starting off in life. And our rehabilitation center is a place where kids can go to get rehabilitation services, therapeutic services, and all those organizations, Bob, serve over 3,000 kids a year.
Okay, you can tell you have my attention, and probably everybody listening. Mental problems or brain
They're
issues.
physical.
I was going to say,
yeah.
It covers a wide spectrum. Everything from severe autism to birth defects to physical,
neurological, chromosomal.
Okay, all of the above.
So our kids have multiple medical complexities that need attention,
and they need to be in a place, an institution.
For the kids at the residential center in Yonkers, yes, they need that type of 24/7.
Do you have outpatient?
We do. That's the rehabilitation center.
That's what I thought.
So that's where kids can come and go on a daily basis, and they not only from Westchester but from southern New York, but also in and out of the boroughs.
Okay, I saw earlier when you had your group before,
you met
a wonderful young girl who had, I can say this because this is not television, folks, she had no legs. And she had a smile on her face as wide as this venue.
Well, Stephanie is a special person and has been with us for a long time. And unfortunately, she had to leave this evening. But what's special about Stephanie is she's the biggest advocate that we have for all the other kids.
I bet she won me over with a smile.
Yeah. Now she's.
I wish a grown-up woman would do that to me.
Well, she does that to everybody.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal.
Okay.
She wins everybody over. But she's our national spokesperson for our next big project, which is the Seton Young Adult Center, which we're about to build. And that center is for kids that once they turn 21, they have to leave our facility and they go to geriatric facilities.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I was wondering what happens when they're 21.
But by regulation in New York, they have to leave us.
Yes.
So, we believe that they need special care that is not currently available to them at other facilities in the state. And And so we're going to build a new facility in the next, 2 years, and we need support for that. Of course, everybody needs support. But
we'll talk about how to do that in a little while.
And so this is going to be a specific facility for those 21 and over, and it's going to be a community of young adults.
Now, will they also live there?
They will.
Because they're going to need that. Now, I just want to go back a little bit because this is intriguing and important, and I want people to understand it. I'm going to remind them, we're talking with Brian Harrington here on Westchester Talk Radio, the Senior Vice President of Advancement for Seton Children's, and what work they do. Do their parents stay in touch with them? Do some don't?
We have great parents. And our parents are always part of the care team. They come visit as, obviously COVID restricted their visitation, and it was traumatic for them. But we have parents come on a regular basis. They're included for every decision, regarding their child. We have a big sign on our building when you walk in. It says, "All are welcome." And parents are welcome anytime they want to come to visit their child. We encourage it. We run programs for parents that can't afford to maybe travel out of the city or from Staten Island. We raise money to make sure that they can come visit their child because we don't want any barrier.
This is wonderful.
For a parent and their child.
Now, I'm going to go a little deeper here. Maybe it's a little personal. I spent time in a foster home as a kid. Emotionally, do they feel the love? Do they feel it? Because they need that.
I wish this was on television because I'm smiling right now. Love is ever present in our facility. When I invite people to come visit, there's a little trepidation. They come in, they're a little nervous. They see our kids, out of 169, maybe 10 can walk on their own. And there's a little hesitancy. But by the time they leave, they're smiling because our staff is so engaging. And went above and beyond during COVID to make sure that the kids, even though they couldn't get visits from their parents, were taken care of. I mean, we have a 5-star operation every day, but if I can say that we upped our service or our attention during COVID, we certainly did. So the love, to your question, love is ever present.
No, because they need.
They need it.
I'm no doctor, but they need to feel that they're welcome.
There's a medical component to this. There's an emotional component to this, and they're equally important.
How do the holidays work for them?
Oh my gosh! I have Kathy Franzetti, the head of our advancement committee, here tonight, and Kathy, I think she's always talking about Thanksgiving. The Christmas holidays, Halloween. We have a prom for our kids. There is, Kathy doesn't leave any stone unturned when it comes to making sure that every little thing is celebrated. Not just the big holidays, but every little
and their
holiday.
Birthdays and stuff.
And we, at our facility, we have 8 different religions celebrated.
That's what I was thinking.
We have 23 different languages spoken in our facility. And every child in there gets special attention for their culture, for their faith.
Well, I have to ask you this since I grew up there. You got some Brooklynese, like, how you doing? You got to cover that too.
Hey, Bob, we got a little bit.
This interview is making my day. Obviously, I care a lot about this stuff. How can we help, and what are you doing to get the word out? And then let's talk about development.
Sure. So, thank you first of all for this opportunity, because we are.
No, you made my day.
We are primarily funded by Medicaid, which means we don't have an advertising budget. So there's no money to share the story of what we do. So having an opportunity to chat with you, to reach your listeners, is critically important. Another way that your listeners can help out is by going to setonchildrens.org.
Listen up, folks, setonchildrens.org.
setonchildrens.org, and you will get a very robust website that was developed by Sarah McGinnis, our Director of Communications. Mm-hmm. The other thing you can do for us is go on our Facebook, go on our Instagram, go on our Twitter. Sarah's pushing out stuff left and right that we share with the community, and she does a great job. Again, we have no budget for this. So Sarah, every single day, is thinking about how to communicate through social media. So find us on social media.
No, we will. We're going to go over those basics before you leave. But how does that work? Like if someone were to give you a grant or a donation, does that compromise your Medicaid?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Because what we're raising money for, like the Medicaid money is for medical services.
Treatment, yes.
Right. So, you mentioned you grew up in the foster care system for a little bit.
Yes.
What we raise money for is quality of life initiatives and equipment that's not covered by Medicaid.
Well, that's what I would hope.
But we tried it. I have children. And what we, everybody that works at the Children's Center, at the school, or at the Rehabilitation Center, what we try to do is give everything to the kids and families that entrust their kids to us. We try to give them what we give our own kids.
I get it. And
so
before
that's where
you
the money
go,
goes.
I want to cover something. As a layman, I've always wondered, particularly with the severely disabled or kids with brain injury or perhaps they're on the spectrum. Their parents die and they're 21. I've always worried about where do they go. You're answering this. Talk a little bit more about this.
For a certain
segment. But
for a certain segment of the population.
You take what you can get.
Correct. We our focus with the Young Adult Center is going to be on young adults with significant medical complexity that require 24-hour, 7 days a week medical care.
Yes.
They can't go home.
Right.
And they can't go to a geriatric facility. And it's not disparaging to geriatric facilities. They're not just trained in the complexity of these kids.
Right.
And it's doing a disservice to not only the children, but to the facilities. Because they're not equipped. They don't understand these conditions, multiple conditions that these kids have.
All right. What I'd like you to do one more time. How can people help? What word do you want to get out there? What is she doing for you?
So
shout it out.
That she would be Sarah McGinnis.
Yes, I'm sorry. I pointed to her. I'm sorry, Sarah, with 2 R's. Never heard of it.
2 R's, no age. But contact Sarah McGinnis at Elizabeth Seton Children's. The number is 914-294-6100.
Give it again. Give it slowly. People, scramble for pens, crayons, paint, dip your finger in ink. Do it again.
914-226.
No, you can say it. Okay, say it.
914-226-3004.
That's the Sarah with 2 R's. How can you forget somebody who misspells their name so badly? She's good at what she does. She just cannot spell her own name, but that's all right.
And she also changed our phone number.
She changed her phone number.
What's that number again, Sarah?
One more time. Get over here, Sarah. Sarah.
914-226-3004.
Hey, Sarah, you chose a wonderful group to work for.
But we also have to give our website one more time.
Go ahead.
SetonChildren's.org. You'll learn all about us. And now that COVID is opening it up, when you go to our website, call the number that Sarah gave you and come visit.
Please do.
Come visit our kids because they like friends. They like visitors.
And I know you don't have. I need a phone number from you because I do radio in different places and in different venues. I'd like to get this word out as much as I can.
So you can reach me.
God bless you.
At 914-260-3751.
Write it on there.
Will do. Again, 914-260-3751.
All right, please, folks, remember the word. In fact, she took my pen and my notes. The name of the organization?
Elizabeth Seton Children's.
The website?
SetonChildren's.org.
Any kind of email that you want to give me?
SMcGinnis@SetonChildren's.org.
Okay.
But it's all on the website. You'll find Sarah.
S. McGinnis.
At SetonChildren's.org.
Which was rotten of me. Give me my stuff back. She's a thief. Brian Harrington, I got to tell you, you made my day. Please keep doing what you're doing. God bless your whole group. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back.